All right. So today on the T podcast, we have Shyra Moran, who is the Community Relations Officer at Advancial Credit Union.
Yes.
And we also have Jennifer LeMeunier, who is, let me pull up my note, she is the, why am I blanking? Okay, she is the Director of Strategic and Leadership Events at UL Lafayette.
That's correct.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Good
so
morning.
before we get started, we're going to be talking about the upcoming UL Lafayette Women's Leadership Conference on March 13th, and also this episode, and of course many episodes in the future, is sponsored by Optimized Generator People. They are a great local company. They have generators. So if you are whole home generators, if you need a whole home generator, they are the people to call. They power your home with confidence during any outage. You can trust Optimized Generator People for reliable home standby Generac generator solutions and expert service. Their tagline is "Control your power, control your life." Their website is optimizegp.com. That's optimizegp.com. They are our studio sponsor. That's why we have such a fancy looking studio now, because
Very nice.
they came through. So with that, enjoy the episode. All right, and before we really get started, I got one more sponsor. Our presenting sponsor is Chase Group Construction. They take the lead and become your one point of contact for the entire design build process. And so if you're looking to build a new business or renovate your business, they are the people to call. Like I said, design build. So they'll help you design it. They'll help you build it. You don't have to go to all these different places. I don't want to call it the Walmart of architecture and construction, but you can do it all in one spot. And so great local company. They've built several different restaurants around town. Some of you may have recognized if you're a Fat Pat's fan in Broussard or Breaux Bridge. They've built those. They've built multi-unit shopping centers and also medical centers, major medical centers. So really cool stuff. Their website is, I was about to say ChatGPT. Their website is chasegroupconstruction.com. Check them out and support local, and that's what we like to do. Alrighty. So welcome to the T Podcast.
Thank you.
Hi. We are glad to be here.
All right.
Well, I'm glad to be back and in your new
I know.
spot. It's very nice.
You came whenever I was at my other space.
Yes.
On South Hugh Wallace, where it was a little bit smaller of a room. Not as much stuff on the walls.
You definitely upgraded. Very nice.
I
Very
appreciate
nice.
that.
Congrats.
Thank you. So let's go ahead and kind of get introductions in order. Shyra, since you have been here first, I'm going to let Jennifer go first.
Wonderful.
So, Jennifer, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, please be my guest.
Sure. Thank you very much. And thanks again for having us here today. Jennifer LeMeunier. I work at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and I've been there for 8 years. But presently, I am a volunteer with other community volunteers and university partners volunteering as part of the planning committee for the Women's Leadership Conference. I participate on the content committee where we assist with inviting speakers, participants, and then going through all those different proposals for the sessions.
All right,
So
nice.
Excited to tell you more about the conference history
Yeah.
and where we are today.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Well, I'm Shyra Moran. Professionally, I am the Community Relations Officer for Advancial. And just like Jennifer said, I'm a volunteer on the planning committee as well for this UL Women's Conference. My role in this is I'm on the exhibitor committee. So what I get to do is vet out all the vendors that ask to participate as vendors or exhibitors for the conference, and just making sure that they have what they need the day of, though I'm going to be kind of doing two things because Advancial is an exhibitor as well. So, we'll see. That should be fun. But yeah, just being able to connect with women, all participants, women and men of the conference, the exhibitors, the speakers, just all the fun things of a conference and empowering leadership.
Nice. Okay, so I know we want to talk about the conference coming up and get all that good stuff, but LeMeunier, that's an interesting name. Is that from here?
My husband's from New Orleans. We're the only LeMeuniers in Lafayette. There are Meuniers. We're the only LeMeuniers. And I do have 4 sons, so there's a few LeMeuniers in town.
All right. So the LeMeunier name is going to be trickling
expanding.
through.
That's right. But we're the only LeMeuniers in Lafayette.
All right. So you're not from here.
Oh, I'm from here.
You're from here.
Champagne is
Oh,
my
so
maiden
you
name.
married.
So
Yes.
I'm married to LeMeunier, born and raised
So you're a
Cajun
Champagne.
girl, Lafayette.
All right.
Champagne's my maiden name. Graduated from Como High School and University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
All right. Yeah. Good. Okay.
I'm a local.
Local girl.
Yeah.
That's good. So how did you meet your husband?
That's an interesting question because we met and then 3 months later got engaged, and it's our 30-year anniversary.
3
this
months.
summer.
Happy
So
anniversary.
we met. He was my car salesman.
Oh,
Nice.
well, okay. He must have really sold.
Yes, he did. However, I'd say I sold him because he ended up with the car note.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's
That's
quite
smart.
Yeah.
It's quite a love story. And 3
That is-
months after dating, we shocked everyone, got married, and have been married happily.
Love
for
it.
Almost 30 years.
Love it.
Nice. 30 years, man.
I'm showing my age there.
You don't have the
That's a
same
blessing.
car, though. I mean,
No, obviously not. Obviously not. But it was the best purchase of my life.
yeah. And he's still paying for it.
He's still paying for it. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, goodness.
Definitely.
Yeah. And Shyra, we know you're pretty much from here, right?
I guess by
Kind
now I
of,
could say
yeah.
I'm from here. I mean, I've been here since 01 when
Yeah.
I started at UL and then just never left after that. So
There you go.
I guess I'm allowed to say I'm from here now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, you said
Okay.
01?
01, yeah. I
that-
started
mean,
at UL in 01.
So remind us where you originally from.
I'm from Geismar, Louisiana.
Okay, yeah. Close enough.
Yes.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Right
All
outside of Baton Rouge.
Yeah. I know you and I, whenever we had you on, we talked about the area.
We did.
We talked about a lot of stuff with Leadership Lafayette because you
Yes.
and I are Leadership Lafayette
Lit
alumni.
36.
Lit 36.
28.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so we all leadership people in
Yes.
here.
Absolutely.
We are representing LIA.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're gonna like that. So we talked about you moving to Lafayette. Obviously, Jennifer's local. You're considered local now, but whenever you moved here,
Yes.
what was your first thoughts on Lafayette?
I guess I had just never been. I would say this was more city like from versus where I'm from in Geismar. Geismar, well, at that time it was pretty rural area. Considered more like country style. So when I came to Lafayette, I was like, oh my gosh, like I felt like I was living a city life kind of thing. So just definitely making those adjustments was a culture shock. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In a good way though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the big city of Lafayette.
And we're
Yeah.
glad that you stayed. Shaker and a mover in
yes.
town, making things happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Glad that you
She's
stayed.
shaking and moving for sure, man. All right. Yeah. So, Jennifer, obviously, like you said, you're a local through and through. But if you had to say anything about Lafayette to someone that's not from Lafayette or that might be moving to Lafayette, how would you describe Lafayette to people?
Well, I definitely don't want to overuse the word, but I'll say it. It's the culture.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the culture and the atmosphere and the feeling that you have and the way you're treated. It's so different than other areas when you go and visit other areas. I feel it's home. Well, it's home for me, but the people are friendly. There's activities and opportunities to get involved every day of the week. So if someone is looking for good education for their children, family atmosphere, opportunities, they definitely can find it here in Lafayette.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean it, and I say this every single time I bring up Lafayette. And I'm not originally from the Lafayette area, but like an hour north. So I call it the woods. It's Turkey Creek. It's middle of nowhere. So
Which
I know
honestly,
where it is.
I had never heard of Turkey Creek until I met you. So
hey, yeah.
you're putting Turkey Creek on the map.
Hey, I'm the only person that's probably going to put Turkey Creek on the map. There's a few people from the Bayou Chico area Phil Platt area that I went to school with in high school that are here doing some really good things. But Turkey Creek, you're not going to see too many people from Turkey Creek doing anything big in Lafayette. I'll just tell you that right now.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm one that said I did not want to work in the oil field. I did not want to work high lines because that was the biggest industry is high lines and lumber in Turkey Creek. So if you didn't do high lining or cutting down trees, you really didn't have a job there unless you worked an hour out of the village of Turkey Creek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of people worked in Alexandria or, back in the 80s, my dad worked in Lafayette as a PHI helicopter painter.
Oh.
He painted helicopters. And then the 80s, he got laid off because the whole oil bust and all that.
Yeah.
And then not long after that, technology increased where they didn't paint helicopters with paint anymore. They just decaled them.
Yes.
Yeah. They came painted from the factory and they decaled them.
Yep.
So, yeah. Anyway, crazy stuff. But yeah, Lafayette, I tell people there's this weird kind of community glue. In fact, somebody on Facebook this week was asking how to tell someone about Lafayette that wants to move here or something to that effect. Like, how would you describe Lafayette? And I said, or this area, it's every city, every little area of the Acadiana area feels like we have this connection. Mm-hmm. Can't really figure out what that is.
Right.
It could be the music. It could be we all like to eat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because food is a big thing here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Or culture or music.
Yeah, I mean, when you say culture, that's an interesting term because culture means a lot of different things for people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It depends on what type of culture you're trying to narrow down. Mm-hmm. But if you want a broad stroke culture, one thing is people here, regardless of any sort of prejudices, we all like to hang out. Whenever there's a party, we're all hanging out. We might not like each other throughout Monday and Friday, but on Saturday, we're kicking it. You know, the festivals.
There's so many entertainment offerings.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I say culture, that music
absolutely
is part of that culture.
Yeah.
And every area in Lafayette or around Lafayette has some type of music almost every day.
Yeah.
of the week.
exactly.
And then Mardi Gras coming up.
Yes.
I mean, I had the studio with Mardi Gras colors, green in the back and, purple and gold there. I don't know if you noticed that.
I mean,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
that
so
you say
the
that.
green is hard to see right
I
here.
saw
but
the green, but I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was just the color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So interesting enough, you know Mr. Weatherall, right?
I do.
Yeah, Mr. Weatherall. He is putting South
has a party coming
Louisiana
up, and
on the map.
He has a party coming up too.
Yeah, what does he not have coming up? Yeah, crazy stuff. But in the comment sections of a lot of his videos, people always say, man, South Louisiana is lit. Like, they are just partying. It's like, and they look at the parades, because obviously John Weatherall highlights the parades and different people. And it's usually there's white people, black people, Mexican people, all just dancing and partying and having a good time. And the comment sections are like, man, Louisiana just does it different. There's something different.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
And
It
we're
makes us special.
yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, when you say culture, there's just something about you can't really say what it is because
It's more of a feeling.
it is. Yeah. And every area of the country has something about it that people will say that they love.
Right.
But there's something different here. You just
Absolutely.
can't figure it out. And I think a lot of it does deal with seasoning. Most people season their food. If I see a chicken breast on the internet that's white, I'm like, you didn't put any seasoning on it.
Right.
Can't trust it, right?
Nope, it is too bland. Like the plate and all the food look the same color. Something ain't right. But South Louisiana, you pretty much have there's color on your plate. But yeah, we can talk about Lafayette and Louisiana all the time. So before we get, I know I keep saying this, before we get started on the UL Lafayette Women's Leadership Conference, I got one more sponsor I'm going to mention, and that is the Music Academy of Acadiana. They are Acadiana's top choice for music lessons. So if you're looking to learn music, check them out. They teach young, old, experienced, beginner. They've sent students to college and major music competitions. They've appeared on American Idol and The Voice. Award-winning school. They have an award-winning recording studio. So if you want to learn music and then actually record an album. You can do it all there. Really cool. Their website is Music Academy Acadiana, founded by UL Lafayette Music School graduate Tim Benson. Just a lot of UL Lafayette stuff going on right here.
Cajuns.
And so, yeah, great school. Check them out. Again, musicacademyacadiana.com. Okay, so now let's get started with this Women's Leadership Conference. What is this thing about?
Okay, so we're excited to talk about the Women's Leadership Conference.
Yes.
As you know, it is in its 18th year. So
18, all right.
We have a history of 18 years of this conference, and it originally originated out of Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is to bring fellowship together, but also to help with personal and professional development. And not only has we started with university members, but community members, companies
Yes.
in the area. So it's really expanded. This conference is for everyone. It's not just for women. Anyone can attend. It's open to everyone. However, it is kind of structured around some of the topics that impact women.
Yeah.
And so, again, it is open to anyone. And we're really promoting it because registration is still open. We want the community to know that they have, up until the conference to register. And it's Thursday, March 18th.
Okay.
And so it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's not too far down the road. So, if you haven't registered yet, it's not too late. We want you to find out more about, the sessions that we're offering so that you can see how it would provide value to you.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said March 18th?
March 13th.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was making sure.
It's the 18th annual.
Yes.
So it's the 18th
I got confused for a second. I was
annual.
like, wait, did I screw that up?
Thank you.
No.
So I had 18 on the brain. So the 18th
Yeah.
annual,
Yes.
it's our 18th year.
On the 13th.
However, Thursday,
Yeah.
March,
On the 13th,
March
yes.
the 13th
Got
is
it.
the day. So
Okay.
it really is around the corner. So don't delay.
Right.
Please do register so we can accommodate all the numbers that are coming in.
Yeah, so you said it originated out of Women's History Month.
Well, supporting
Supporting,
the
yeah.
idea
Yeah.
and the mission of that
Right.
with the professional development.
So, like, what would someone expect whenever they go to the Women's Leadership Conference? Like, let's say I'm a man, but
Okay.
so let's just say I go as a dude, right? And I'm
Sure.
like, okay, I'm around a bunch of women, but like, what am I expecting to hear?
Well, you're expecting to hear, the content of the different tracks that we're offering. We have 4 different tracks. Of course, the theme of the conference is moving forward together, women educating and inspiring generations. Okay, we know how important the role of women are in society, but here are a few of the topics. So as a man, you're going to hear topics such as, branding resilience, building your personal leadership legacy. That could apply,
Exactly.
Yeah.
regardless of sex. Hormone mastery for high-performing women. Another one, shattering ceilings, cultivating authentic leadership.
Yeah.
Resilience redefined. Breaking the mold. How can that transform your life? Unleash your superpowers to become the hero of your own story. The resilient woman, embrace, adapts, and empowers. And how about another topic? This is applicable. Growing in the gap, leveraging a gap analysis protocol to mobilize your career aspirations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, as a man, I think there's some things in there that I can pick up on.
And not even just pick up for yourself, but even if you work with other women or your wife, you may want to, take some tidbits and be like, okay, especially that hormone one. You're like, okay, that explains a lot right there. So, it gives you just some
Different perspective,
broader knowledge
yeah.
on everything.
Yeah.
Support and also advocate.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
there's topics on AI. There's leadership. So there's many different topics that apply to everyone. But as
Okay.
far as what to expect in the day, regardless, you show up. We have our registration. The registration begins at 7:30. So we will have breakfast, coffee. Come in, do a little bit of networking, and then the first session starts at 8:30.
Yep.
Okay.
So what to expect is you come in, you're greeted with a smile, you're given a packet for the day, you kick it off with coffee and breakfast. We have our introductory session, and we have 4 different breakout sessions. We do have panel discussions, but what's really exciting is our keynote speaker.
Yes.
So I wanted to mention Jan
Yeah.
Hargrave.
Okay.
She's a body language specialist, and she travels the United States and has many, many years of experience.
She's also a UL graduate.
UL graduate.
And she was outstanding alumni.
Yep, she was for
Did she go to Leadership Lafayette too?
No, she
I
doesn't
don't
live
think
here.
She
She lives in Texas.
Texas,
but
yeah.
she does support UL Lafayette. She's come in for previous speaking opportunities with the 705 before.
Yes.
But specifically for the conference, she will be our keynote speaker.
Right. And so in honor of her, on Wednesdays, we rock our pink because Jan is known for her famous pink glasses that she wears. So I wore my pink today. Jennifer's wearing her red for UL.
Yeah.
But on Wednesdays, all of our planning committee, you'll see our social medias go pink in honor of Jan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and her pink glasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So signature pink glasses, man. So Jan Hargrave, like, what is some of her like notable work that I may have seen? Like, what is something that
She's a body language expert, and she has a few books, but one specifically deals with being able to tell where someone's telling the truth on the stand or not. So she has been a consultant, I think the government or FBI, where she has actually been able to assist with uncovering whether someone is telling the truth or not through their language.
So she reads people.
She reads you.
Yeah.
Reads you. She can
read
tell
the
if you're
room.
lying by your body or how you. I remember I tuned into her session that she did with the 705. She talked about like eye contact and just body positioning. How she can already tell a person's whatever by just how they move their body or not move their body. So it was very interesting. She's been on Good Morning America or CBS.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's a real deal.
Yep,
Okay.
it's the real deal.
Now I'm kind of
Watch how you hold your hands when you're
Yes,
talking to
yes.
her. If you do this, you're really not interested in what the person's saying. So there's
I
Or
know.
if you're like this.
I'm
or-
legit worried about how I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
I'm reading the room right now.
Yes.
Oh,
She's
God.
given some really good tips before.
So, my wife, she loves actually watching this YouTuber who's a body language. I forget the YouTube channel name, but basically, it's a he, but he'll watch like viral things where, let's say, if it's a political figure that comes out, or if there's like an apology video from a influencer that did something stupid, and they make an apology video. He reads them and says, "Okay, first of all, the eye contact
Right.
drops every time they say something that's supposed to be truthful."
Is an authentic apology.
Yeah,
They're able to determine
and he's
that.
like, "Yeah, this is given every signal that they're in not a real apologetic mode.
Yeah.
They're just saving face," which is crazy because whenever I'm talking to someone, I'll find myself
Doing that.
dropping my eyes. I'm like, I can't do that.
Really, my eyes are just dry. I'm not.
I'm like, I overthink, like, how am I acting? How am I being perceived? Like, are people thinking that I'm not being genuine with
Yeah.
them? And then, this is just me being weird because I'll go back and look at certain episodes of my podcast, and not because I like watching myself. I hate watching myself
Okay.
back, but I'll make clips and then I'll watch myself in those clips, and I'm like, for like straight 20 seconds, I never looked up at the person as I talked. I'm looking down as like I guess my wheels are spinning,
Yeah.
and that's just a thing for me. But and then whenever I need to make eye contact to hopefully get a response out of them, then I look up. I'm like, why?
Well,
do I
that's
do
good that you recognize
and
that
see
about
that.
yourself. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm
Self-awareness
doing it now.
is key.
Like,
Self-awareness is
Yeah,
key. So
yeah.
you're working on it, right?
yeah, it's
And so imagine if you heard Jan with what you already know about yourself, you would be like,
yeah.
Body language does matter.
Yeah, it
And-
does.
And most people aren't self-aware
Absolutely.
of what they're putting off.
Yeah. So speaking of body language, going to hover on that a little bit more. There have been people in government. I don't know if it was Elon Musk or there's a couple other people, but there's this particular hand placement. Like when you're having a speech, that it could be a CEO doing a keynote. It could be anything. There's a particular hand position that if you watch, for example, Apple's keynote, whenever they release a new iPhone or whatever have you, watch their hands.
Okay.
Yes, that right there. That, according to someone, is a power position. I don't know if you know the exact term.
Okay.
But
Ask all four of my sons. My husband does it quite a bit.
So he's letting them know.
It's
yeah,
a
like
thing.
it's like they'll hold their hands like this.
No, it's. Did you see
Shira,
it on the
you're
interview
gonna
the other
be
night?
you're gonna be watching it. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, oh my god,
I'm gonna do it. I'm
There was
gonna
an
watch
interview
it.
the other night, and my
Yeah.
held his hands like this.
So, us Cajun people in
But
South
we
Louisiana, we're over there like doing everything with our hands, right? And yeah, just keeping posture with your hands changes a lot of the way people perceive you when you talk. And
It's true.
again,
And if you're crossing, you're not open to hearing what the other person is
yeah,
saying.
yeah. And I've crossed my arms a couple of times this week when having conversations with people, but I wasn't doing it because I wasn't interested.
But I catch myself.
Yeah,
in
I catch
comfort, and
myself
then-
Some stuff
doing
you
it.
do out of habit.
And then I purposely unfold my arms because I catch myself.
Yeah.
That I'm not appearing to be open.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
good though.
This is
Self-awareness is key, right?
I know, and there's a lot of people in this world that are not self-aware. You want to go? You want to go to unself-awareness alley? Go to Walmart.
Oh my goodness.
Just walk down an aisle. People leave their basket in the middle of the aisle, and you're trying to get around them, and they're just oblivious to anybody around them. They just do not care. Are you going to tell me to log off?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Not today. Not today. Not today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else can we expect? So like, is there workshops? What else is in through that day?
Well, like I said, the first thing you do in the morning is you come in, you register, you get your packet, enjoy coffee and breakfast.
Yes.
But there's 4 different tracks. So it's being held at the Cajun Dome Convention Center.
Okay.
So once you're in the convention center, it's very easy to find the different breakout rooms by subject. You have an opportunity to go to 5 different sessions for each track. So at each different time, you get to pick the topic that appeals to you. So you can actually see that in advance on our website and go through the packet and see what you would want to hear for that day. So that's kind of what's in store as far as being able to pick the topic you want. Some of the topics I mentioned a little bit earlier, but also between the tracks, and I'll let Shyra talk about that a little bit more, is the exhibitor
Yes.
and vendor and what that means and that they have the opportunity to network with our supporters of this conference.
Yeah, and one thing that I want to mention too, we're doing it a little bit different this year with the vendors. Typically, we kind of did like the vendors on the same floor as the breakout sessions.
Yeah.
But this year we're going to do, because we are in the Cajun Dome, we've got more space. The vendors and exhibitors will be downstairs where the kickoff break
Breakfast,
where the breakfast will be and where the keynote luncheon will be. So the exhibitors will have more room. You'll have more room to kind of peruse around and have more one-on-one time with your exhibitors to see exactly what they have and just get more understanding on their products and services kind of thing. And then the breakout sessions will be on the second floor of each of the tracks.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So when you say the Cajun Dome Convention Center, there's 2 buildings. There's obviously the Cajun Dome, the big dome, and then they have the side building.
That's it. So
Okay.
we're all in that area.
Yeah.
So the convention center next to the dome is where all of this is
Got
held.
it.
We don't even leave the building. Like Shyra was mentioning, on the first floor, that's where we'll be eating, keynote speaker, all the vendors and exhibitors, and then up the escalator or elevator to the second floor.
You mentioned eating,
All the
man. All right.
breakouts.
So you're going to have food. All right.
Yeah, lunch. We'll have breakfast and lunch, and then I think we're doing a little
reception at the
after,
very
yeah,
end.
at
Yeah.
the very
So it's
end.
catered?
It is.
It
but
is.
Yeah.
Artisan is the caterer for the Cajun Dome, and
Yeah.
it's delicious.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we really enjoy what they provide
Yeah.
at the conference.
Okay. So so you said 5 breakout sessions, if did I hear that correctly?
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have 4 tracks.
Yeah.
But during each breakout session, you have the choice of going to 5. And the different topics are different track sessions. For example, one track where you can choose each time, educating to elevate, empowering women through knowledge and skill building. That's one track. You can pick one of those. Illuminating resilience, a journey to inner strength. The third one, nurturing for impact, empowering others, strengthening communities, and protecting the environment. And the 4th track is Echoes of Wisdom, Envisioning a Shared Future. So the speakers are amongst those topics. However, like I mentioned, during the track, there'll actually be 5 different choices because we've thrown in some extra like panel presentations. So it'll be one of those subjects at every different time frame.
Yeah.
So, for example, at 9 o'clock breakout session, you can choose amongst 5 different topics to listen to, and then we have a break to go to the exhibitor and networking, and then 10 o'clock another breakout session, and then the keynote at 11, then another breakout, and then another breakout, and then closing.
Okay.
So it's a full day of program.
A full day.
It
so
is a
ladies,
full day.
you come energized, ready to go, meet other women and men that are just ready to, for professional development. And I love the networking part of it. I've been a 7-time attendee. Then last year turned exhibitor because of my role with Advancial. And now this year, exhibitor and being on the planning committee. So it really is a full circle moment for me, just in doing this podcast, to be able to talk about a conference that truly has helped me professionally, just sharpening my networking skills and just learning to meet people that are outside of what, my typical realm would be.
Yeah. So, Shyra, you said you've been going here for 7 years. This will be your 8th year?
Yeah.
Okay. What made you want to go your first year?
So in my first year, of course, I had a different employer. And I felt like with that employer, I didn't really get much professional development. And so, of course, as an alumni of the university, when I saw the conference, I just used that as an opportunity to start networking with other like-minded individuals, and just start to kind of broaden my network, because in doing that, that truly gives you different perspectives on different things, and to know really what's going on in Lafayette, and just to stay connected to everything.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I want to add to that, because I think it's important to know that many times if you're in a company or organization, you might have a conference specific to your industry,
Yes.
but so many times this offers development if you don't have that, or this could
Absolutely.
be in addition to that. So if you're in a specific field and you're going to a conference in your field, however, this is totally, can support that through the professional development. But many times, this is an opportunity for those that don't have that professional development.
That's how I was.
Do not have that networking opportunity, and they're able to get it approved to, come to this
Yes.
every year because of what it does offer, and the networking with other businesses in the community, other professionals.
And I enjoyed how I felt after. Some conferences you go to and you just feel like, okay, information overload.
Yeah.
But truly, when I left this conference every year, I left with goodie bags of things, but I also left with a full heart, with just a full, like, okay, I need to,
Inspired.
And
I need inspired.
Absolutely. I need to target this in this way, or I didn't look at it like this. Now I know, okay, maybe I need to kind of position myself here for this kind of thing. If this is what I'm wanting to do, as far as, at that point, when I first started going, I didn't know exactly what, honestly, I wanted to do. I had a job and I was working and I was fine with that, but it really inspired me to want more, and that I could have more. Also, it made the potential a reality as well.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So, Jennifer, it's been going on for 18 years?
Yep.
Okay. How long have you been involved with it?
Okay, that's a great question. I've actually only been involved for 3 years, so Shyra has a great deal of experience.
Yeah.
And it depends on your employment if you're able to get away. So I was in a position I could not get away. However, that's what I want to mention as far as this is affordable. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at attending a conference for professional development, one, it's affordable, and it's one day, not 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know I'm kind of getting off the question of my
No,
involvement,
that's fine.
but I think it's important because being able to participate in a conference depends upon where you are in life, and if you're able to get the support of your employer. And it is affordable, and it is a one day. But my involvement has been for 3 years.
Okay.
And I have been on the content committee for all those 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, were you first a attendee, or were you asked to be?
Look, I threw myself in both attendee and volunteer. I'm
Okay.
just,
All right.
full throttle.
Yes.
Was in my situation because I was my employer, which was Career Services at the time before I transferred to my position. Kim Bilodeau has been on the committee since it began, and she was very supportive of allowing my participation and getting me involved with it.
Nice. Okay. And you mentioned affordable. What is the price someone can expect to pay?
$129.
Yeah,
It's
our
120
early bird just
Yeah,
ended.
early
so
bird ended,
Now we're at
unfortunately.
the price of the
129.
The 129.
And so that leads to the registration aspect of it. So when you go to our website, we have our own website, womensleadership.org.
Yes.
And so it is available through this podcast, but Women's Leadership Conference, Women's Leadership Conference.org. When you go to Women's Leadership Conference.org, there is a registration.
For that price and a goodie bag, right?
Yes.
And the vendors always bring, I know Advancial's coming with the top tier promotion items.
You
So
always get something
you
good every
always
year.
get
Not
really,
just pins, right?
Not just
All
pins,
right.
not just pins.
We got clear bags last
and
year.
word on the street is there may be some pink glasses involved. So I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right.
And we have last year. We probably had at least 30 door prizes as well.
Yes.
So
The door prizes.
Many people leave a winner.
Not a brand new car, huh?
No
cars.
No cars.
Maybe a keychain for your car.
Oh, there you go.
No cars.
Okay, all right. So 129 was the early bird special, you said, and so what is it now?
129.
Well, it was 97
it was
for early
90.
bird,
Okay,
and
got
now
it.
it's the
I guess I
129.
misunderstood.
Correct.
Okay, so 129 now.
Yes.
Correct.
Which isn't that
Absolutely.
bad.
Like I said, you get lunch, breakfast, full goodie bag, and you're walking away with tons and tons and tons of knowledge and just probably new people to add to your network.
Yep.
Yeah. I paid $130 recently to go
Okay.
to the Cajun Dome Convention Center, but it was for the Mardi Gras ball for Apollo.
Okay.
Hey, I
So
didn't
you
learn
didn't
this.
have to buy 2 tickets then.
I had to
you
buy
have a
2
good time?
tickets. So instead of $130, it was $260. Yeah. Let me tell you, I didn't learn a single thing.
See?
I didn't learn a single thing.
See?
And I paid a lot to
So
be there.
next year you should sign up because men can present. We've had male
Presenters
presenters.
and attendees.
You should sign up to talk about podcasting.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Since podcasting is a thing now, everybody's wanting to get into it.
Share your
Yeah.
expertise. We have an
Yes.
AI segment
Yes.
this year dealing with
Dude,
AI.
the AI part is fascinating. I have a friend that I go to lunch with every week, and we talk about AI every single time we get together because it is becoming fast the main thing that you need to know now
Absolutely.
in your career.
Oh,
And if
yes.
you don't know how to use it, me and my buddy, we like I said, we go to lunch every week and we talk about AI. And I told him back in 2022, the end of 2022 to beginning of 2023, when AI first became mainstream public with ChatGPT, the first iteration, I told him, I said, this is going to be that moment from the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, when you were trying to get a job, and if you did not know how to work a computer, you didn't get that job.
Yeah.
So this is the computer debuting again. And if you don't know how to work it, there's going to
Understanding the
be
technology.
job positions that
Absolutely.
you may lose out on.
So that's why you need to come to the conference and
Yeah.
go on that to the
sessions.
go to that session.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, I could talk about AI all day long because right now it's a fascinating world and it's moving fast. It's scary fast. A lot of people are worried about losing their jobs, and that's why it's probably a good thing that you guys have that because it'll
It's a
help.
part of professional development
Yeah.
now. It's just what it is,
Yeah. And
And when and where to use it.
Yes.
So in education,
To
you
use
can't
it,
use it to write your
use
book.
it correctly.
And
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Look.
it can be tempting to do
Instructors
that.
will figure out
Yes.
whether you're using the AI or not.
Oh,
but
yes.
I know.
You definitely
I know.
can use it for ideas, but not to do the
Yeah.
Use it to
no.
inspire, not to do your work.
no, definitely. And again, that's one of the
But
things.
it's navigating that in education.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure.
that's understanding and teaching and allowing the students to know how they can use it
Yeah.
the
Yes.
correct way.
Yeah.
And there's certain
Not being afraid of it.
AI detection software, but even then, sometimes that isn't always foolproof. So, knowing how to detect AI written content even imagery. That's a whole nother thing, because Facebook, social media in general, is full of AI content now.
So many avenues to that too. Like
yeah.
so much.
But that's good that you guys have this at that conference. Very, very timely.
Yes.
Well, let's see. I had some other notes here. Let me.
Do you want to talk about the exhibitors?
Yeah. What do you got?
I'd love to run through that later.
And kind of tell them the difference between exhibitor and vendor, because we've been interchangeably using those terms.
So with this conference, and now that we are at the Cajun Dome, the conference has the ability to have exhibitors and vendors. So the vendors are actually on site selling their merchandise or product or service to the attendees, and then of course the exhibitors are there. Like Advancial will be on site as an exhibitor. Will be there just to give information, more informative about our products, our services, as for our credit union kind of thing. So that's where we are. The exhibitors is still open, or exhibitors and vendors. It's still open on the website that Jennifer mentioned. So you are able to apply for either exhibitor or vendor until the 28th. So that's next Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have until the 28th to do that. And we would love to have you. We've got some spots left. So if this is something, you're like, attendees, not for me, but I definitely want to promote my business or your brand, sign up or apply for either vendor or exhibitor.
So how many people do you have that go in there now?
Right now we have 17 total. Probably by the end of... Well, probably by Monday. We had a couple that were waiting to finalize, so we should have around 21, but I think we're going to cap it at 27.
Okay. So you have a lot of women-based exhibitors?
We have majority women-based exhibitors, yes. But, again, it's not limited to just women.
Yeah.
If you have a product or service that is geared toward women, of course, we would want to, definitely have you. But it doesn't have to be a female
Obviously,
or a male exhibitor.
So can you name any of the people coming?
Oh, of course I can.
You got your phone up and I'm waiting
I'm
for
like,
it.
okay. Of course. So, of course, I got to name the first one, Advancial. We're going to be on site. That would be number one. We've got some reoccurring exhibitors that have come back multiple times, like Miss Ann Rush with State Farm. She definitely is a huge supporter of this conference every year. So we're glad to have her back. And then we've got Beacon of Light with Keisha Buto. We're excited to have her on site as well. She's actually a presenter as well. We have a lot of exhibitors or vendors that also are presenting. So that's a good thing to see. We've got the Better Business Bureau serving Acadiana.
Okay.
Faith House. And then we've got the Foundation of Wellness. They're going to be on site with us. This one is another one that I'm proud of. Junior League of Lafayette will be on site as well. Then we've got some CPA services for you. So we're in tax season, right? So we've got Kira White, CPA with her LLC. She's going to be on site as an exhibitor, given her expertise on this whole tax season that we've got going on. We've got some nonprofits. Love Our Schools is going to be on site. Then the National Cervical Cancer Coalition will be on site.
That's a big name.
That is a big name and a huge, a wellness point for women for sure. Just, that would be one out. If I were an attendee, I'd definitely stop by that table. I'd stop by all the tables. Let me say that. But as a woman, I would definitely make a point to go to that table. Then we've got Our Lady of Lourdes, the Scoliosis Center of Louisiana, the Confidence Campaign. Shout out to Susan over at the Confidence Campaign. And then we've got the Zonta Club of Lafayette. So again, we've still got some vendors and exhibitors that we're working through that vetting process. So that list is definitely subject to change and ongoing, but it will close on the 28th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice list there.
Yes.
I don't know if I asked, and I obviously I can kind of sum it up, but just for sake of asking it to get a direct kind of answer, initially, whenever this leadership conference was started, like what was the thing that kicked it off? Like why did someone feel like this is the moment that we have to start this
That's a
18 years ago?
You know, that would be a great question for those who started it and have been working with
Obviously,
the committee
right.
for 18 years. But my understanding is that it was an opportunity when it began to assist women in their professional development, to really provide some of those skills for the workforce or to help them manage, whether it's work-life balance, whether it's something dealing with technology. But it was focusing around women's history, and nationally, women's history has a theme every year. And typically we follow along with that theme, although we build out the tracks depending upon what we would like to see or what our needs may be in our community. But it is an educational tool that was originally formed to assist with the professional and personal growth of women.
Okay. And so you guys have sponsors and all that good stuff to
We do. And so you'll see those sponsors the day of. So as we're continuing to finalize that, and we appreciate the support. I can't speak to that today, but that's still kind of ongoing. But we do have community sponsors, and we're very appreciative of that help to help us offset some of the costs that registration fees don't cover.
Well, in the past,
it's all volunteers. So this, like to mention that, you know, since it's been 18 years, it originally developed from UL Lafayette, and it's housed in our Office of Inclusion. However, we're not paid volunteer. We're volunteers for this specific purpose.
Yeah.
So we have committee members that consist of employees from UL, but we have business volunteers that also have helped us throughout the 18 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yes, great stuff.
Okay, so...
And it's open to students. I want to say that, too. We talk a lot about professional development, and it is for that. But one of the components to the conference is several of the different colleges on campus have sponsored students to come to the conference. So that's a beautiful thing to see. They have sponsored both female and male participants to come. So I know we've got a lot from, I've got one of my little mentees from the track team. Her whole track squad is coming. So because they all got sponsored.
It's a special reduced rate for students.
Yes.
And we do include students, and we have great support from South Louisiana Community College.
Yes.
They participate, their staff, their students. We get great support. And it's open for anyone around the state, not just you know, to Louisiana or even Acadiana area. But
Last year there were some participants from Nichols that came to the conference. So it, like she said, it's not just for, you don't have to be an alum of UL. You don't have to live in Lafayette. It is literally open for any and everyone. You pay your fee, you are welcome to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
So about how many people attend this event every year?
We had almost 500 last year.
500.
Which is why we had to move to the Cajun Dome.
Yeah, I figured it was a good bit because, I mean, that facility it probably isn't cheap to rent.
No, and the conference attendance has continued to grow over the years. It has been held in the Union Ballroom, the Student Union Ballroom at UL Lafayette. And last year we moved to the Cajun Dome Convention Center because of the size. So we anticipate between 400 and 500 attendees at this year's conference.
That's a lot of energy in that room.
The energy in the room is just electric. Like it's like no other. I'm telling you, it is just electric. And you
goes back to the culture.
Yeah, back to the culture. You literally leave just with your cup filled.
Gosh. Okay, I can only imagine what the energy would be like.
It's amazing.
Especially a room full of majority women.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's wild.
It's lots of laughs, lots of fun.
Yes. Well, that's good. So it's just one day.
Correct.
$129. And what is the latest someone can sign up?
We would take a walk up, but we discourage a walk up because we really need that number for food purposes.
Correct.
So we cut off, I think it's like the week before.
Yeah.
So the week before. So if March 13th, we want you registered the week before that.
So after you Mardi Gras, make sure you register by that last week of the first week of March for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't let Mardi Gras trick you there.
Right. And it's more expensive to walk up.
Yes.
So you will get an increased rate.
And you might not get all the good, like the treats, the goodie bags and all those things, because we do all those things
beforehand.
Make sure you
get that.
So we want to make sure you get the full conference experience.
Register.
So just, like I said, after Mardi Gras, or right now if you're listening to this podcast, go to the website, get your registration done right now, and then that way you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Womensleadershipconference.org.
There you go.
There you go. last thing I want to ask is if someone wanted to be a speaker or someone, I don't know if you have like a panelist session where they have like.
There are two panel sessions.
Typically,
How does someone be a part of that
right.
to be a speaker or a panelist?
Well, thank you for asking that. We put out a call for proposals, and that does go out through our social media. And so, again, because we're in our 18th year, our website is up. It's also through our social media and through a public invitation. And so the call for proposals, that potential speaker would submit their topic based on the track.
Yeah.
And then, depending upon the number, we have a content committee that goes through all of the proposals. Then we have to narrow it down and select.
You'll get a lot?
We do.
I think we got like over 50 proposals.
Yeah,
Wow.
we get a large number every year, but we do have a deadline on that, which has already passed for this year.
Okay, yeah,
and
makes sense.
And we do have that deadline because we do have some that travel in from out of Lafayette or even out of the state to participate. So that is all set in advance and on our website as well. Is that we offer 3 different awards at this particular conference. Again, it's past the deadline for this year, but we have 3 different awards that we recognize to outstanding ladies, whether in this community or not. But specifically, we have the Rising Leader Award, an Emerging Leader Award, and also the Sarah Brabant Trailblazer Award. It was named after Dr. Brabant, and she actually attends almost every year to give out that award as well. But that way, we have an opportunity to recognize our women leaders through our conference.
All right.
And those details and the descriptions of those awards are also found
on the website.
Good.
Yep. Man, I think we covered a good bit here.
We did.
Is there anything that we did not cover? Because I was looking on the website. I was looking at everything. Want to make sure I covered it. We definitely covered the fact that men can go.
Men can come. We would love that.
So yeah, what else? Is there anything that we missed? Like, what's something like someone can expect that's super unique that maybe we didn't talk about?
I'd say let's talk about dress code, because someone may say, what do I wear that day? So, of course, we want you to be comfortable, but I would say professional dress, like you would wear to work. Nowadays you can wear a suit with your tennis shoes, so that's kind of, trendy right now too. So there will be, just a little bit of walking in the convention center. However, professional dress is typically the attire for that day. So no question about what do I wear that day. Don't come in your yoga pants. We want you to feel comfortable in the environment.
This is professional development, though.
Will be professionally dressed.
I mean, if it's development, maybe there should be a class on
how to dress, workplace dress. They have had that before. We have had that before.
We do that at the university for our students through our career services. We offer free clothing in the campus career closet for professional dress. For
especially since remote work is so prevalent. Because a lot of people wear a suit top on top and boxers or underwear on the bottom.
Put the full outfit on for March 13th.
Put the full outfit on. This is not a remote session.
Yes,
exactly.
Okay, that was a good point to make.
No, just come open-minded, come excited to meet new people, and just talk to and connect different women that you probably would not normally speak to or even get a chance to meet in a normal day-to-day.
Right. And we do survey our participants, because I helped do the survey last year, design the survey. We survey our participants because we want to know if they received value from their investment. And also we want their feedback. If there's topics or concerns, we would like to hear that.
Awesome. I love
and
it.
one also talk to your employer if you already purchased your ticket, great. But before you purchase your ticket, I think you kind of alluded to it earlier. But talk to your employer, because sometimes lots of companies will contribute to you going as a part of your professional development track, or if you're in leadership or even not in leadership with your employer, they will say, that's something they want to invest in for your professional development. So you may, get your ticket on your employer.
No excuse from work for the day.
There you go.
Hey, that's a good reason to get out of work.
Yes,
To go,
it's a great reason.
Yes. A good point to make there, obviously, to get your employer to be behind you. Because employer support is definitely a big thing.
Absolutely.
And going back to Leadership Lafayette, same thing, not to sneak in a little promotion for Leadership Lafayette there, but same thing, your employer, I know the tuition for Leadership Lafayette is a little bit higher than the $130 to go to the conference. So typically employers like that too. So if you're looking to develop professionally,
It's a wonderful program.
yeah,
It
that
is.
and the Leadership Women's Conference is also a great thing. So you can kind of do a couple of things there, just kind of
We're
promoting.
giving you all the leadership tools, tips,
Yeah.
and tricks right
That's
now.
right. That's right.
All right. Well, so now that we talked all about this, what are you guys' plans for Mardi Gras?
I think mine are going to be depending on the weather. Jennifer and I actually talked about this while we were waiting on you to set up. If it's going to be like today, count me out.
Because it was 33 degrees before I
Yes.
left the house.
Count me out. I will be at home, Netflix, and chill because, I can't do it in the cold.
Well, grab a coat, maybe, and a hat. It's such an investment. On the other hand, too,
Right.
it is such an investment for those in the community to run Mardi Gras. And I remember my children were in the crew of Oberon, and one year it rained, and we were in the raincoats, and the parade rolled anyway. So
It's rain or shine.
That's right. It is rain or shine in this community. So
Yeah.
I know
See,
they appreciate the support, but we're hoping for good weather,
I think
warm
it will
weather.
be warmer, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think for Fat Tuesday, the Mardi Gras day, I think the weather hopefully should be
It's supposed to
fine.
get a little warmer starting next week.
Yeah, because I feel like not obviously we're definitely off topic now. So if you're
Of course we're off
But
topic.
just-
You are the host.
But just one
We're
parade
always
tomorrow.
off topic.
So there's one parade tomorrow.
there is,
Yes.
Is it crew?
And one tonight, huh?
Rio,
is tomorrow night.
I think so. Yes.
We got to
Which
pull up
one
that
was
parade
it?
schedule. Rio tomorrow night.
Yeah, and then
I
crew,
thought there was something tonight.
is it Crew de Chans or
Yes.
something
The
like that?
is that the walking
Walking.
parade?
With the dogs.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
And most of them are family friendly here.
Oh, I think Lafayette definitely has a family friendly
Experience.
Mardi Gras experience
Yeah.
for sure.
You do got to be careful a little bit though.
Little
like
pockets,
little
little
pockets,
areas where
like
you're
Karen
like-
Crow and Scott.
No.
Karen Crow already passed, but like those places, according to what I've seen on Mr. Weatherall's videos, can get a little wild.
I think
But
everyone likes to have a good time.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
just have to be
Yeah.
conscious of
Be
where you bring
mindful.
the family and
Yeah.
be mindful.
yeah, watch
we
your
are-
body language.
But I think we're very safe Mardi Gras.
I think so too.
Compared to the crown jewel of what I would consider Mardi Gras in New Orleans, we're definitely a safer route.
We are
to,
the PG version for sure.
but yes, but it does get rowdy here a little bit, but not too crazy.
No, not too crazy.
Not family friendly crazy.
Oh no.
Have y'all had king cake yet?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How
I can't. I don't even.
Some really good king cake.
Yes.
Let me tell you, we've had I think 3 king cakes now, and since the start of the year, I put on about 7 pounds.
Ugh.
Going strong with
Well,
the king cake.
'tis the season.
Yeah. So I have been doing squats in the shower.
That sounds
Okay,
like you
Ben.
could potentially fall.
Look,
I don't know if that's so
look,
safe.
look. You know what? I'm trying to knock out several birds with one stone. I'm trying to get clean, and I'm also trying to get lean. You know.
Well, the good thing about Mardi Gras, if you have to park for and then walk,
gotta
that
walk,
you get your
yeah.
cardio
There you
in
go.
too.
Oh my
Eat
goodness.
the king cake.
There you
Enjoy
go.
life.
Look,
Yes.
I'm enjoying it all right. I also want to live a little long enough to enjoy it. So I gotta be careful because so much sugar.
Balance. It's
Limit yourself. Limit yourself.
Come on,
I know.
come on.
And I love my favorite is Keller, so I'm a
All right.
Keller's and Crystal's I love both of those. Crystal
We're
weddings.
going down this route. All right.
We didn't come on here to talk about king cakes now.
No, but Jennifer, what is your favorite king cake?
Well, I do love Keller's and I do love meshes, although, it is a donut, but I love donuts.
Yeah.
But I had Great Harvest and it was excellent.
Yes.
All of them are so
They
excellent.
are.
Which one did you get at Great
Depends on the
Harvest?
type.
Yeah.
You've got to experience all
You
the king
do.
cakes from all the places.
Yeah.
The
No, I
best
agree.
thing is to
I
have a
think
king
Great Harvest
cake
has a new
party and have
flavor,
everyone
too.
bring a different
That's
king
a good
cake.
one.
And that's where you get to taste from all the
Yeah.
different,
Yes.
because there's so many good. But at Great Harvest, I had a blueberry. It was a blueberry.
Was it the blueberry cream cheese?
It was.
Yeah.
They have the new blueberry lemon. Not that we're plugging Great Harvest, but
All
blueberry
right.
lemon cream cheese. I've heard that one's good.
It
But
looks
there's just
good.
so many.
There are.
Yeah.
There
There's
are
so many.
And that's why every different has its different quality or
Yes.
taste. So you can't discount every king cake maker. You got to try them all.
But
No.
to tie it all back in, isn't that like Lafayette?
That is
That is
Lafayette.
just like we said. Everything
Yeah.
is, all this. It's all the same. They all serve king cake, but
Rouse
all
has
very
had 20
different.
flavors. So,
Yes,
I mean,
I saw they had like a chocolate
Wait, Rouse's?
Oreo
yes,
one.
they even have
20?
a wedding cake flavor
Oh,
king
wow.
cake at Rouse's.
Oh.
They
I
have
know
like
Gerald
20
Grunig, I
flavors.
think, just posted something about the wedding cake one.
I haven't
Good
tasted it, but
Lord.
it sounds
It looked good.
delicious.
I saw it on probably Mr. Weatherall's page.
Yeah, he does a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, John and Gerald are good buddies and coworkers. So I recently tried Miko's. Are y'all familiar with Miko's at a Broussard?
The donut place. Yes.
Yeah. So Miko's Donuts, local little business. They make a donut called, it's a cronut. I don't know if you know what a cronut
yes.
is. It's like a croissant donut.
Yes.
They make what they
king
call the
cake?
micronut, which is a donut. It's their version of a cronut. But they make their king cake
It's like that.
out of that.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
So I did a video for them and I'm editing it and putting it out soon. But they let me take a king cake home. And of course,
Well,
I had
that's
to think
job perks.
Yeah, definitely
Did you bring
job
any
perk.
to share today?
Exactly.
Like it's gone.
You should have had some waiting on
I'm
Jennifer and
sorry.
I.
There
Yeah.
might be some in the front. I don't know if there is, but this was one of the most unique king cakes that I've had in a long time because with it, it's of course it's a donut. It's fried like a donut, but it's fluffy.
Like a croissant.
It's different, and I loved it. So
Sounds-
if
It
you're
sounds good.
if you're looking for a slightly different king cake, and you're also a fan of the donut king cakes, go there. It feels more like a king cake that you would expect because it has like that breadiness feel, but it's fried like a donut.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got 2 more weeks. Well, yeah, 2 more weeks to try. So
Yeah, but I think the donut shops typically make king cake throughout the
Year-round,
year,
yeah.
right? They just color it
request it,
different.
yeah.
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 It's just a big donut, but it tastes like it tastes good. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, we've gone severely off topic, and that is fine. We're at about a little over an hour, so with that, go ahead and plug the website and every destination that people can go and follow and check it out.
Absolutely. So womensleadershipconference.org. You can also go to Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram, and that is UL Women Lead. So please follow us on Instagram because we actually are spotlighting all of our speakers.
Yep.
So that gives you an opportunity to see the different topics as well.
And both Jennifer and I, you can follow our socials too.
Yep.
Like I said, every Wednesday we are going pink for this conference in preparation for Jan. So follow us there, and then just make sure you get your tickets, guys. Like
Register today.
register today. Don't wait.
Good.
Don't wait.
And Shyra, you already wearing pink, and it's Friday.
I
You
know.
wearing
Well,
pink.
I was coming. You
To
know,
support
on
Yeah.
Fridays we wear red, but I'm
Yeah,
supporting Jan.
I got it. I love it. All right. Well, it's been a good episode. And
Thank you again for having us,
Yeah,
and for
thank
letting
you.
us
For sure.
come on and talk
Thank
all
you.
things women's conference, and just make sure we are informing the community of what we've got going on.
We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to have you guys on, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay warm-ish.
You too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.